Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, we're doing a subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway on the 1st and the 15th of every month for $50 for a random subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, comment on any video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. And once you do it once, you're entered for life. And it's going to be on the 1st, 15th of every month. A random subscriber will be chosen to win $50. As you grow, that money will go up. So go ahead, subscribe, comment to enter. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the NBA coverage. Today, we're going to recap real quickly the first round of the playoffs, and then we're going to get straight into these matchups for the second round. But before we do that, Calvin wants the floor to kick us off today.
All right, bro. All right. My Pistons, my Detroit Pistons. I am so glad that y'all actually put up a fight. But Finest, before I get into this rant, did you see how that game ended?
I did.
Jalen Brunson, you bad man. You bad man. You crossed that man up and sent him to the elbow free throw line and cushed it in his face for the game winner. Now, that happens. That's Jalen Brunson. I think he would do that to majority of anybody that is in that position. And plus, Azur is what, second or third year and everything. In my opinion, that's his welcome to NBA moment. I think that's for him. I think that's the welcome to NBA moment, even though he's year 3. But we not gonna talk about what the fuck Malik Beasley did, bro.
You talking about the fumble in the corner?
Bro, he was great in the first half. Bro. You tell me that Cade gets the ball, dribbles it, gets double teamed, where he picks up the ball, and it's not even a pass, bro. It's just like a little shovel pass, you know?
Yeah.
What easiest shot that he has to hit, the most wide open he will ever be in that situation. And what does he do? Ball game.
It was tough.
Get him away, bro. Trade him. Dude, I was literally watching that live, and I had my boy Matt, because I was FaceTiming him, and I literally flipped the screen around. And I said, "Oh, bro, Jalen Brunson hit that." I said, "Oh," I said, "No." Then I saw the wide open look. I saw it kind of playing out because when K was coming up, at the half court, not the half court, but like kind of like between like mid court and everything, he was dribbling over. Dude stepped up. I said, "Oh, pitch it." He pitched it, and I saw that. Bro, I damn near cried. First, I was so pissed off, bro. I had to get me a black and mild.
Not the black and mild.
A black wood tip, bro. And you know the fucked up thing about it? I got a noise complaint the next day. I got an email. Hey, Calvin, we got a noise complaint from your neighbors last night. Can you please keep it down? They don't know what the fuck I went through. They don't know what I went through. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I just wish Jaden Ivey was still playing, because I'm not gonna say that we would have won that series, but we probably could have pushed it to like a game 7 and everything. I really believe if we had him, we could have pushed it to game 7. I don't know if we'll ever do that again. I really don't know. I really don't know if we will be in that position again next year.
Well, y'all got a young team, so I mean, I think with the good pieces y'all got, the development you'll surely benefit from the development.
My thing is the 7 to 8 players that actually get minutes, do not touch them at all. Don't do anything. Like the starting 5 and then like the 3 or 4 people that come off the bench, don't do anything. Keep them. But we gotta get like either like a good swing man, or like a good 4 or something, like a 4 that can play the 3 or a 3 that can play the 4, bro. Like, I'm telling you, we gotta do something this offseason. We gotta get somebody. I don't know if he's gonna be in the draft and everything, but we can't yeah, man. Like, but I think that actually locked us in to keeping Cade, because I was like, if we had another year like that, I guarantee you K would probably start asking out of Michigan, out of Detroit, and everything. Because the dude is too talented to not be on at least a playoff winning team and everything, consistent playoff winning team.
Right.
But Yeah, man, that shit hurt. I cried. I'm not gonna repeat
Well,
what my mom said, bro. She called me. She's yeah, I ain't gonna repeat what she said.
hey, well, a lot of hearts were broken here in the first round. So we had the Cleveland Cavaliers versus Miami, Boston versus Orlando, Knicks versus Pistons, Pacers versus Bucks. In the West, we had OKC versus Memphis, Houston versus Warriors, Lakers versus Timberwolves, Denver versus Clippers. Denver beat the Clippers in a game seven. Lakers gentlemen sweep to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rockets take it to game seven against the Warriors. Warriors win in the game seven. Oklahoma City Thunder sweep Memphis Grizzlies. Cavs sweep Miami. Boston gentlemen sweeps Orlando Magic. Knicks beat Pistons in a game six, and the Pacers gentlemen sweep the Bucks. So for the
That
matchups, what's up?
that that was surprising to me because if you remember when we went through it and everything, I was like, I don't know who's gonna come out, the Pacers or Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers won it, bro. And then Indiana comes out and beats Cleveland like that.
Yeah, game one. Yeah, so for the second round, Cleveland's gonna be playing the Pacers. Pacers are one up on that one. Boston today just lost against the Knicks at home. So Knicks are up 1-0. Oklahoma City is matched up against Denver, which I believe they're playing right now. And then the Timberwolves are matched up against the Warriors. So second round, let's just go through real quick the matchups. Cleveland Cavaliers, Pacers. What are you seeing there?
I think it's really just coming out with that series. I think it's just the Pacers just from what I saw, the Pacers just want it more at this moment. Like at this moment and everything. Because if you look at it, the Pacers don't have a bad team, but the Cavs, I say, they have their team, they stay in their lane and everything, you know?
Yeah,
They don't do too much and everything. But I think this is the game where they all got to come together and everything and come together because I mean, you lose at home first game like that.
yeah. And to Cleveland's Cavaliers defense, they are down Darius Garland in that
Yeah.
first game for sure. But like you said, Siakam 17-8-4, Nesmith 17-8-0, Turner 13-11, Tyrese Halliburton 22-3 with 13 assists. You had Nembhard, I think I said that right, 23 points, 6 assists. And you had Mathurin 11 5.
Matherin, yeah,
Yeah,
that's an Arizona boy. Yeah, he's like
11
that.
5, 11 5 and 1. So you really had it by committee. You had six guys score over 10 points. So I mean, that's the one thing I say about Indiana Pacers is their strong suit is past with Tyrese Halliburton. You know, he came to all-star superstardom through his passing. I believe he led the league in assists that one year. So their ability to pass the ball and get guys involved is their strong suit. And now Tyrese Halliburton is showing casing that he can also be a primary efficient scorer. But yeah, the Cavs they got to bounce back and they got to find a way to get. I think they got to find a way to get Jared Allen more involved, pick and roll, getting him open looks at the basket, lobs, and he's got to. I think getting him involved defensively, he always does what he does with the rim protecting, but he didn't have any blocks on that in
I
that
think
last.
I think with this game and everything, you got to utilize Jared Allen and Evan Mobley a little bit more in the pick and roll because I think that's where their advantage is right now.
Yeah,
Now, when Darius comes back, that may change and everything because Darius is one of the most shiftiest guards in the league and can get really anywhere on the floor where he wants to. So, um, yeah, once he comes back, I think that may change it a little bit. But for right now, Pacers look good. Pacers look
yeah.
real good.
So next we got Boston Knicks. Knicks are up 1-0 as they just won tonight. Knicks, what did you see for the Knicks and how they came out in game one?
I didn't get to watch the full thing. I just caught the last minute of it. But I'll say this: when the Celtics are not hitting shots, they struggle. And like I said, they live and die by the three. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's like it'll be like 10 seconds at shot clock, they up in a three. And I'm
Yeah,
like, cool, but if you ain't hitting, you ain't putting no points on
it's
the
gonna be a
board.
long. Yeah,
Like I said, Jason Tatum was 4 for 12 from three, bro. You can't have like, and
four
that's
for
the
15.
oh, my bad.
Yeah, twenty
That's
six
my
percent
thing,
from
dude. It's
three.
just like you live and die by the three. It's gonna kill you at the end of the day. So it's like, and you can't. And this is the thing that I literally have to criticize Jason Tatum about. it's just, bro, you don't know what Jason Tatum you're gonna get in some games. It's just like he can do that, or he can come out, 10 for 16 and everything. Um, just not consistent. If he can be a little bit more consistent, bro, like
Yeah,
I think he could. In my honest opinion, I think if he was a little bit more consistent, bro, you could etch his name into that top five in the league. But right now, I don't think he ain't there.
yeah. So for that game, it did go into overtime, but Boston loses by 3 points. Jason Tatum 23, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, but again, 4 for 15 from the three, 7 for 23 from the field. So he shot 30% from the field. Jaylen Brown also had a tough night shooting. He shot 7 for 20 from the field, 35%, 1 for 10 from three. Like you said, they live and die by
Damn.
three. So he shot 10%. Kristaps Porzingis, he only played 12 minutes. He had 0 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And again, I said this on the last episode for the matchups. I think it's going to come down to that Karl-Anthony Towns and Kristaps Porzingis matchup, because Karl-Anthony Towns had 29, 4, and 5. He shot that's 20, where is he at? No, he had 14, 13 with 0 assists, but he was 6 for 13 from the field, so not too bad. But then Jalen Brunson and OG both had 29 points, 4 rebounds. Brunson had 5 assists. Omonobi had 5 assists. OG was 10 for 20, 6 for 11 from the 3 point line. So he's shooting at the three at 54%. Jalen Brunson 5 for 9. So you're talking about 55% from the three. So it's really, I think Kristaps going to have to step up. I don't know if he got hurt or what happened with the 12 minutes, because I wasn't able to catch the beginning of the game. But Chris, how we talked about this time last year, Kristaps Porzingis was going to be the X factor for the Celtics. I think that still holds true in the playoffs, because defense wins championships, and your ability to rim protect is what's going to win championships. If you're a Kristaps Porzingis, you got to hit down your open shots, you got to rebound, get your putbacks, and you have to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next matchup: OKC Nuggets, Timberwolves, Warriors. These series haven't started yet. OKC Nuggets. What are you seeing there? Who needs to do what to get the advantage?
So I'm gonna just go with it because I'm an SGA fan. I love Chet. I love J Dub too. Bro, the thing about it is that on the offensive end and everything, I think they're going to be fine. I truly think they're going to be fine because if you look at Denver's five and everything, they're starting five. There's really no defensive guys when you really look at it. If you really think about it, like,
Aaron Gordon. I think Aaron Gordon's their one guy that I think can make a difference.
I mean,
Or he
yeah, but I
or
mean, bro, that's
what I will say for OKC, if they because Aaron Gordon gets a lot of just looks from broken plays or just people not giving effort
garbage
on defense and
buckets.
not putting a body on him, so he gets those rebounds. If they can keep a body on Aaron Gordon, and if they can just run with him in transition, because he gets a lot of transition baskets, I think if you can keep applying, you got to apply pressure to Jokic, which obviously we all know they got to do that. And then Jamal Murray, obviously you got to keep a pressure on him, but he is streaky. So if he's not hitting, it's one story. But when he's hot, he's hot. It's Aaron Gordon that is the guy that's giving you those baskets that you could sit there and say, if we didn't let him get this easy basket here, this easy basket there, this easy basket there, it's a different game. But he's that guy that when the game's close and Jokic puts up a shot and misses, Aaron Gordon is the one that gets the putback for the easy two. He does that quite often. So I think
My
he's the
thing
one.
is,
Yeah.
how long, how sustainable is that going to be for a 7 game stretch?
I mean, he did it last year. Like
But
the
I
year
mean,
they won,
with a young team,
oh,
with
you're
the
talking
Thunder,
about for OKC to sustain doing that?
I'm saying like with a young team that OKC is, and they're active and everything. Like you can't. Jokic's got to get in there and get some and try to attempt some offensive rebounds and everything, man. That's how I really think that series is gonna go. But this is another thing. I think it's gonna take till game three for the Thunder to like really figure it out and everything. I feel like the thing for them, they just got to run the floor.
Mm.
They got to run the floor. Like they got to like every time they get a rebound or something, just push it because Jokic is not getting back on defense that quick. And then that leaves just Aaron Gordon. You have a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. The ball's in your hand, bro. Like
Yeah.
go get your bucket or whatever. Um, and as I say that, they literally just run out for a for a layup in and one, and now it's 26-34. But I think it's really just gonna be for the Thunder to win, play great basketball, and just run the floor. Like when there's a mismatch, take advantage of it.
Yeah. And I think for Denver on their side, it's funny because Westbrook was crucial in their wins there that they had, and because not from a standpoint of him scoring a lot, but your game plan for Russ is leave him on the perimeter because he's not a very good just general shooter, efficiency and shooting. He's not very doesn't shoot with the best percentage, especially from 3 point. We've seen in past where he's at 3 point line and guys are sitting back. And Russ last game in the game that they won, the game 6, he shot 5 for 9 from the three. If Russ can show up and just be consistent and not turn the ball over, when your game plan is you're applying pressure on Jokic, you're applying pressure on Jamal Murray, and your game plan is make somebody else beat us. If Russ can step up to be that consistent guy, I'm not saying needs to start taking a lot of shots. I'm not saying he needs to start like being the number one guy and doing all this extra, but just being consistent with his shot and like he always does, get in the passing lanes. He get the steals. Like he had 3 something steals last game. If he steps up to be efficient to where now you gotta, all right, we need to start getting some heat on Westbrook to get more open looks for your Aaron Gordons, for your Jokic, then I think Denver could be in a nice spot. But that's a big if, I will say.
You know the thing that surprises me about Russell is like when you see people like that are just early in the career, just like they rely on their athleticism and everything like that, and they slowly
Mm,
start getting the more fundamental shooting. When is that gonna happen for Russ when he's really gonna focus just because he's a role player now? Like he
yeah.
is a true role player right now. When is he gonna be like, okay, I still got my athleticism and everything a little bit, but how am I gonna transition that to like just being like a knockdown 3-point shooter and everything? Because if somebody like I can't I don't know if that transition is gonna happen, fine, but when it does, it's gonna be deadly. I really think it is because he still has the athleticism. He can still beat you to the hole, but it's
Yeah.
catching the corner. And if he starts knocking down threes, you gotta respect it. You gotta close out. Oh, pump fake, sweet,
Yeah.
dunk, layup, throw out, kick out, hand off to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that to see that Russell Westbrook because he's never been the type of dude to knock down threes. His mid range jumper,
Prime was crazy.
jumping high as hell. He eye level with the rim at that point.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, man, yeah,
All right, last one. We have Minnesota Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. What are you thinking, matchup wise?
bro, that's gonna be a dogfight. I really think that is gonna come down to a really defensive game. Um, because I mean, you got Anthony Edwards plays both sides of the ball. You got Jaden McDaniels, like a
Mm-hmm.
big fucking four, bro. You got Rudy with the rim protector and everything. Then you got Jimmy Butler.
Julie, you got
Yeah, you
Julius
got
Randle.
Julius Randle too. Then on the Warrior side, you got Jimmy Butler. He can switch off. He can play really on anybody. You got Draymond too. Um, I mean, I think that's really going to be a really big dogfight. And I'm not surprised that the Thunder beat the Lakers. The thing that I'm surprised is that they gentlemen swept them. I
The
thought that game,
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yeah, with the Lakers. I thought that game was at least going to go down to like a 6 game or 7 game. But I think Anthony Edwards just solidified his stamp in the league, bro. I really think he did with that.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean it's hard to win a series when you got a traffic cone on defense, but
yeah.
that's another conversation for because Luca was scored on 65% of possessions where he was a defender. So,
Hey, Mouse in the house. They exposed that. They
yeah,
exposed that.
yeah.
So
But yeah, I'm curious because we saw that going small ball against Timberwolves doesn't work, right? Lakers tried to go small ball, didn't work. And Warriors are notoriously known for going small ball lineup. Now they found a way to perfect it, and I think that's a big key to a lot of their success. But I'm curious to have a Rudy Gobert, a 7-footer that literally his sole job is to protect the rim and rebound, right? You don't need him to score 20 points. He did. He had a 20-point double-double, but you don't need that from him. I'm interested to see how the small ball lineup works against the Timberwolves from the Warriors perspective. Now, they're able to score at a better rate than the Lakers. So I'm curious to see how that will go. But you're talking about Minnesota's the number one defensive team coming into the league, and they're the best 3-point shooting team coming into the league. So you're almost got the best of both worlds where they can shoot. When it comes to 3-point shooting, Anthony Edwards led the league in 3-pointers made. So you're talking about a team that could shoot with the Warriors and a team that's also better defensively against the Warriors. So I am curious to see how that matchup works.
You know what it is? I think it goes for both ends. Rudy is just a mismatch in the post, but whoever is at the 5 spot, if that's Draymond or whoever, Draymond, let it fly, bro.
Yeah, you got to knock
Just
down your
let it
shots because he's
just
not
let
going to
it
be on the
fly.
perimeter. Yeah,
Just let it fly, bro. Like
I think the game plan for if I'm the Warriors is whoever Rudy's guarding, which I assume will be Draymond Green, you got to get the screen and it's pick and roll game. Get Rudy on Steph Curry, get Rudy on Jimmy Butler, get Rudy on oh my God, who's the dude, the white dude with the curls with the headband?
I don't even know how to say it.
Oh my God, that's gonna bother me. But you get him, get
From
those guys.
St. Mary's, that's all I know.
Yeah, get Buddy Hield. You get those guys on the perimeter with Rudy Gobert as your defender, and it's mix match city, and make Rudy Gobert sit there and guard for 15 seconds on the perimeter. You get him out the paint, you get him out of help side. So if you get a blow by, there's no rim protector behind him to back him up. That's if I'm the Warriors, that's the game plan. Expose him early. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have. Is there anything you want to close out with? Yeah, I'm about to turn.
Caruso just threw his shit off the glass.
Yeah, I'm about to turn the game on right now. But is there anything we want to leave the people with before we sign off here?
Man,
it's an exciting time.
I like this. I like this current NBA playoffs and everything because one thing is that you don't got the Lakers in there. You don't have the Mavericks in there anymore just because Luka and everything. Because honestly, if Luka was still in the Mavericks, I think they would have made their push and everything like that. Personally, I think they would have, but I think the West and everything, we kind of had like a good idea of who it was going to be. But the East, man, just the Pacers, I think that kind of threw it all off. And plus, we said the Cavs, we were like, okay, they playing too good. They're gonna drop somewhere in the middle of the season. They kept up, bro.
Yeah, they never did.
They kept up. And the Pacers, the Pacers just left off from last year and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were right there too. They were right there. And it's actually funny too, is that I keep on going back to this. You remember when I said when they got OG, like the Knicks and everything?
Yeah.
I said that's a great pickup. What'd he do? What'd he do last game?
Yeah, ball.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing too? We always said we don't know how that whole Karl Towns and Julius Randle trade went. It worked out for the both of them. They're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to see if both of those teams end up in the finals and everything. That'll be really interesting. So that's my only take, man.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it here. We will catch you guys next time.
I'm gonna chase